properly as a chip cycle deck. So often, particularly whenever you're using Three Musketeers, they've got a heavy hand to them, so if you're able to capitalize and put down some damage, you can put down enough damage that you prevent the opponent from ever coming back. And a lot of the examples that I have where the deck is functioning, where I'm not like just being defeated, sometimes a lot of them are going to be just very recently. A lot of them have happened to be just very dominant gameplay, and I tried to make a video actually, and I recorded a couple of them, and I realized this is not really showing what I want to show. So in this case, even though the deck is not the at-honk deck there, which is like a major style of deck, although the variant of it is very chip cycly, instead I'm going to look at that tie in the 0-0 there. Even though it's a little bit of a disjointed deck, you can tell that the guy's trying to put together a good graveyard deck. Anybody would be putting together a good graveyard deck if they had it right now. So we're going to watch that because I believe that this is a good example of my deck functioning properly. I think I almost got the win out of this, if I remember it correctly. It's interesting to me he's got the tombstone too. Okay, this is a pretty decent opening for me. I've got my Three Musketeers in hand. Yes, and I've got my Ice Golem ready to go. It's hard to beat that. Although wow. It's very fast. I'm jumping right in. Screw it, I don't care if that thing dies. Luckily, he didn't play forward enough to make that worthwhile, although that log definitely ends those pretty quickly. And you're going to see a lot of that. He's going to have a lot of good counters because I did not win this. Great, another giant. You can tell, by the way, the reason I played that is because I ran out of time for the mana. I didn't want to waste mana, but at the same time I really dislike how forward my witch is because I had to play it so early. I'd rather have waited. Anyway, look at how beautiful the miner shuts that down. I mean, even getting beaten up, they get a couple of shots in here and there on the tower, but it's nowhere near the 1500 damage it could be. That's not with multiple minions, multiple troops to take on the graveyard. I've played it at this point a few times, so I've seen it. I haven't touched anything on his side of the board yet. He's definitely providing a decent amount of pressure. And because of that, I don't do what I ought, in a way, propriety or whatever. My idea of what I should be doing is to take out those supporting buildings quickly, and I didn't do that with my miner. Because I'm just running out of time, I have to do damage. I did manage to do some damage there. And even better, I managed to prevent any damage to my tower. Right, so now here's the typical one you see is guards inside of a graveyard to shut it down, and that should shut it down completely, except the log. He's got two of those up again, and I'm continuing to ignore it because I'd rather get some damage down. And I have enough mana because of double elixir, that I can play my witch. Got two witches back to back, which is kind of funny. probably not the best positioning for those witches. The second witch should have been further back. But I don't know that I would have been able to push all the way through anyway. I'd have been forward about 3 squares. So you can see how I've taken a beatdown deck, which has some chip elements in it because of the graveyard, and converted it fully into a chip deck. It's a very capable deck